Let's spend a moment, Rajdeep, talking about Jasprit Bumra and what makes him so unique to be at this level of being deadly for so long. You know, it just feels so nice as an Indian cricket fan to have the world's deadliest bowler bowling for you.
He's just incredible. The fact is that the great Andy Roberts, the West Indian fast bowler, apparently told Jasprit Bumra that even if you were around in the 1970s, you'd be in our top 4 pace quartet. I think that's as high a compliment as it comes. He's just incredibly accurate. He seems to deliver at all times. I remember we were in the 16th over when he came to bowl. Klaasen had just got out. 17th over. I think he bowled 16th or 15th and 17th. He bowled the 15th and 17th. So Klaasen had just got out in the 16th. And I had a friend of mine, former Mumbai captain, Mr. Gavaskar knows him well, Shishir Hatandi, sending me a WhatsApp. Just watch Bumra close out the match. And he did. It almost seems as if he has the ability to close out big games in a manner that I don't think I've seen any other white ball bowler do so consistently. I thought Wasim Akram was arguably the greatest white ball bowler till I saw Jasprit Bumra. I think he is right there, right at the top. That accuracy to be able to deliver time and again under pressure, unflappable. You've never seen Jasprit Bumra waving his hands, feeling, upset, angry with what's happening around him. I think that's part of the success of this team. Mr. Gavaskar mentioned self-confidence. The other quality I saw was calmness. There seemed a unique ability to stay calm. And I think T20 cricket, Dhoni's been great at it, is to stay calm. And I think Rohit Sharma as captain made a huge difference. He's got that ability to almost laugh off even those more difficult moments that you have on the cricket field. I don't know him, but that's the sense I get from the outside.
What do you make of why he's so many notches above any other player who's playing at this time?
His ability to learn, his ability to try and absorb from the opposition bowlers, from his own teammates, something that he can pick and add to his bowling. And above all, a supreme self-belief. Look, when he started, he couldn't bowl the outswinger because of his action. Everything was, coming into the right-hander or going away from the left-hander. But he worked hard on it. I mean, the classic example was in 2018 in the test match at the Oval, where Keaton Jennings, a left-handed opening batter for England, he bowled in first 4 deliveries, just leaving the off-stump, and he shouldered arms every single time, letting the ball go. And then the 5th ball, he swung back in. And again, the bat was up in the air, the ball swung back in. And I think Keaton Jennings would be the first one to run off the field because he would have been embarrassed at what a fool he had been made of. So that's the kind of bowler he's been, that, he's brought in new deliveries which he didn't have in his, and with him, and added to his repertoire. And that's why he's become such a dangerous bowler. I mean, to be able to bowl a slow Yorker. To be able to bowl a slow Yorker is tough. Fast Yorker is okay. And the accuracy with which he bowls the slow Yorker is just incredible. That's why he's, he's as Rajdeep said, he's probably the greatest white ball bowler that the world has seen. I know we use the word greatest, and we are very, very influenced by what we see in front of our eyes and forget what has happened before. But clearly, I think he's something, unique.
You do think he's the greatest white ball bowler ever?
Yeah. And I do hope that, some of the younger bowlers, learn things from him. There is no swearing at the opposition, no send-offs being given. Only celebration of the wicket is just like that, and maybe doing something like that, but never. You don't need to send off batters. You don't need to mouth anything at any batter. He is that kind of an example. A terrific sports person, a person who knows how good he is, but does not gloat about it. Does not want to show the world, that he is the greatest.
Just to illustrate as to what really makes him this potent, the joke going around in the West Indies throughout the World Cup was that the Indian team is cheating in this World Cup. That's because India get to bat 20 overs, whereas the opposition are only getting 16 overs because Jasprit Bumra's 4 overs don't count. So India have a cheat code. His name is Jasprit Bumra. In fact, I'll go so far as to say I can't remember a situation where, if you were sitting in the stands as we were, that firstly, Indian cricket bowlers have always contributed, but Indian team has won big tournaments when you've had one batter be the outstanding star for that team, the highest run getter, or maybe a couple of batsmen carrying the team through. This time around, it was a bowler who was doing that. And as a fan sitting in the stand, I would have more confidence in a Jasprit Bumra with the ball in his hand than a Virat Kohli, a Rohit Sharma, a Suryakumar Yadav combined with the bat in their hand. That's the level that he had reached. He's not the highest wicket taker of this tournament. He's the man of the tournament. And no one has complaints about that, because you know when he had the ball, it was done. You were talking about lots of matches, that Pakistan match where India, they were, needed runner ball, they were going to win. But we were talking inside the press room, we all knew India was going to win that match, because out of those 24 balls, 12 were going to be bowled by Jasprit Bumra. There was no way that you're going to get any runs off him. It's not his wickets that are the wow factor, that swing or whatever. It's the amount of runs that he does not give. 4.17 economy in a tournament where now in T20 cricket, 8 and 9 is the norm. You're okay with 8 and 9 and over. He's incredible.
Rahul, you mentioned chokers. I actually think that it was, for once, I don't think South Africa choked as much as India choked them. In those 4 overs.
Klaasen got out for no reason.
Look, Klaasen gets out, which you can in a cricket match.
No, but there's method in that madness. See, I was speaking to Ambati Raidu, who was my co-passenger in the flight. And I spoke to him exactly that Klaasen is hammering everyone on good deliveries. There's one innocuous delivery he gets out to. He said, no, that's the delivery you need to bowl to a man in form, because if you bowled him a good ball, he would smack you. It's when you bowl an innocuous, slow cutter that he did outside, he's not going to move his feet, because he's convinced in that moment that he'll whack that for 6, and that's where he makes a mistake. So he said that was a perfect ball to bowl to a man like that.
That we can dispute. You see, when wo jeeta wo sikar, look, he should have hit that ball for 4.
No, but Rajiv, I tell you, who chipped in a UZ Chahal? He said, you look at my wickets, my maximum wickets come when I bowl that wide outside the off stump. Because I know the man in form, you need to play with his ego.
But look, when you're 30 out of 30 and you get out, even then, with 5 wickets in hand, you expect the South Africans to win. But when I look at the 24 balls that India bowled after he got out, after Klaasen got out, there's rarely a loose ball that they bowled. Arshdeep's over, we forget that. 19th over in T20 is often the most important, because that gives you a little bit of breathing space going into the 20th over. I thought that would be the over where South Africa had their chances, but he was brilliant with the ball. I mean, here is again a young guy come through the under 19 ranks. This has been an incredible team, an incredible team effort. And I think that...
Let's spend a moment talking about Arshdeep Singh. Because he was trolled so badly when things went wrong, all kinds of insinuations made. And he's really come out as a very strong support cast to Jasprit Bumra. In fact, even being able to take more wickets than him, Mr. Gavaskar. What do you think of his evolution as a pace bowler?
Tremendous. Because, if India can use that left-handed speed as well as swing, even in red ball cricket, India will really have a very formidable attack. Look, being in the same change room as Jasprit Bumra is like being in a university where you've got the best professor in town. And that's exactly what would have been the case with Arshdeep Singh. With Arshdeep, you get the impression that he's, again, like Bumrah, wanting to learn, wanting to get better than yesterday. So I do remember saying sometime in the middle of the tournament that, he seems to be bowling only the away-going delivery to the right-hander. He's not getting the ball to curve back in. Next match, whether somebody told him or whatever it is, because, irrespective of the fact whether these guys listen to the outside chatter or outside noise, as they call it, they somehow get a window of what's being said. So he did come back with that incoming delivery, and that's such a deadly delivery if you're bowling to a right-hander, as Rohit Sharma will tell you, or a Virat Kohli or a KL Rahul will tell you. It's very difficult because left-hander bowling over the wicket, you're little partially blinded because of the fact that you have to open your stance a little bit. It's not an easy delivery to negotiate, and he's got that. So to see him flower the way he has been really heartwarming. And before he had all this, on his face as he grew older, he had one of the sweetest smiles in the game, and I think his smile today will be as equally sweet.
And his Bhangra too. This is Rahul Dravid's last tournament as coach. Who would you like to see as the next coach of the Indian team? Who do you think is best suited to take the Indian cricket team into the future?
Well, This Indian team really needs, somebody who's a mentor of sorts, somebody who will be there to for them to turn around to when they're just beginning to doubt yourself, because there comes a time in every cricketer's life when things are not going well for him, and more than technical issues or more than trying to say anything to him, it's a temperament that has to be looked at, and I think you need somebody who will be able to do that temperament thing. Oh, no, you're very good, not to worry about it. Nothing to do. Maybe just pick your bat up like this, or maybe as far as bowler is concerned, maybe your shoulders falling a little bit, maybe get that a little bit high. Just little things to be told, but more importantly, giving confidence to the player that he's good enough.
And let me press you further. Who do you think is best suited to do that job?
Well, there's a CSC that will decide. I'm not going to be able to tell you who's the best to decide, because I'm not going to preempt what the CSC would have decided. And I think the CSC would have decided by now. By the time the team comes back from Zimbabwe, you'll know who's the coach.